Hey folks, it's Gail from Seattle Coffee Gear, and I understand you just purchased from Seattle Coffee Gear the Breville Duo-Temp Pro. Well, what do you need now? You probably need just a little bit of guidance because this might be your first machine you've ever purchased. It might not be, but if it is, that's what I'm going to do. We're going to take it out of the box. We're going to go through all the features. We're going to show you how to dial in a grinder for it. We're going to show you how to steam and make a drink, and just the general features of the machine. So stay tuned. We're going to get this out of the box. So we got the Duo-Temp out of the box. Here it is. Here's all the stuff it comes with. What I wanted to do first was get it going. We put water in the tank, but first, before we did that, here's the charcoal filter and here's the applicator. We recommend using it. We're not using it today, but we recommend you use that. That's very important. Filled the tank. Well, not fill, but full enough. This is an autofill machine, so when I turn it on, it's going to take water automatically from the water tank and put it into the thermocoil. It'll only take a second because it's not very big. So what came in this box? Here's your baskets. You got your 4 baskets. You got your non-pressurized, and you got your pressurized. Single, single, double. The non-pressurized over here is for if you don't want to get all fussy about the grind of the coffee. It's a little more forgiving. If you have a nice grinder and you want to get fussy, use the pressurized portafilter, non-pressurized portafilter, which that's what I am going to use today. I've got the Smart Grinder Pro that we're going to dial in and show you how to get a good shot from it. Also, with all these accessories, if you look, this is the drip tray that comes out, and this is a little accessory box back here. Ooh, reluctant. You can put all your baskets right in here. Here's a cleaning disc. You put this rubber disc in the basket, put in a cleaning tablet, run that. This is a little needle device to clean out the tip of there's a hole in the steam arm. And what else? We got the razor. The razor. What does the razor do? You put coffee in here and you tamp it, and if it's way up here like this, you got too much coffee, you go like this, it'll scrape it, dump it, and it gives you the proper amount. So that's important too. So your little tray slides back in there, and this is your drip tray. You know the story there, right? The nice thing is, when you pull this out, the tray comes with it. It's hooked. It hooks on. So that's kind of nice. This machine, now that nothing's blinking, is actually ready to go. This does not have volumetric buttons. You turn it on to get your brew, and you turn it off. So you're going to want to have something to time your shot. I use my telephone. You use whatever you have at home that works. It's going to let you know about 20 to 30 seconds. And we are going to dial in the grind on this grinder to get 2 ounces in 20 to 30 seconds. So you're going to need something to measure 2 ounces. Very important. Also, when you turn this machine on, it's now ready to go. What it took, a minute, 2 minutes? We recommend, this is cold. Right now, this is cold. We recommend putting this machine on for 20 minutes ahead of when you want to use it. Reason being, this is not hot, this is not hot, and if you brew through those cold items, it will actually sap the heat out of the shot, and the shot will not taste as good. So leave it on for 20 minutes. You can actually fool it if you're getting close. Turn it on to brew with no coffee in there, and it's going to run that hot water through it. It speeds up that process. I mean, it's getting warmer, but it's definitely not what I would call hot. So leave it on for 20 minutes. That's important to get the best quality of shot that you can. Stainless steel casing, as you know all about that. This is the selector for, you can't see that, steam and hot water. When it's shiny, it's hard to see. I can change it from steam to hot water now. And then when I turn this over to here, I will get hot water right out of the steam arm. On this machine, it comes out of the steam arm. That's another thing we are going to do is, when you first get the machine, they want you to purge water through it, just like we're doing right now. So run some water out of the steam arm, Also, run some blind shots just like I just did. Run a shot out of here. Flush it out. They want you to flush it out. Okay, we already did that, so we're good there. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to take your grinder, anybody's grinder. Doesn't make any difference what you have for a grinder as long as it will go fine enough to make espresso shots. And what we're looking for is 2 ounces to dispense between 20 and 30 seconds. Sometimes a little bit longer, depends on the coffee and what it tastes like. So what you want to do is, if, let's say, I've got it set right there. It's at the lower end of espresso. If I make a shot and it's coming out too fast, and I'm getting my 2 ounces in about 15 seconds, that tells me the grind of the coffee is not fine enough. You want to make it finer to make it more, it's restricting the flow of the water. So go finer. When you do make changes, make sure that you take your portafilter, put it in there after you make the change, grind out some coffee, and dump it. Because the old coffee is in between the burrs. You're going to have the old and the new mixed together. You want purely new. You don't want that mixture to give you the test that you're looking for. All right, so let's see what this does. That coffee's been sitting in there for a bit, so I'm going to dump it. Make sure your coffee is fresh. And when I say fresh, what I mean by that is look at the roast date on it. If it's within 5 days, it's fresh. If you go into a grocery store or something like that and there's no roast dates, that coffee could have been sitting there for a month. You won't get good results, just so you know. I'm looking for coffee that's fresh to get the best results, the best crema, the best taste, everything. All right. This kind of looks coarse to me, but hey, I don't know. 30 pounds of pressure. How do you know 30 pounds of pressure? If you have some bathroom scales, bring it out, push on it. That'll give you an idea of 30 pounds. That's important, to at least have some sort of a benchmark. Let's put the razor in where it belongs. And let's get this over here. This doesn't have dials and things to let you know, so this is very important. "20 seconds. My guess is that was too fast and it's going to taste. If it comes out too fast, it's sour. If it comes out too slow, it's bitter. If it comes out too hot, it will be bitter. If it's too cold, it will be sour. So cold and fast, sour. Not the best. So I want to slow that down a little bit. Well, you'll notice a big difference as you're doing this. I'm going to take this down somewhere around 20 on this particular grinder. Don't forget, grind some out, sacrifice it, throw it away. I ground some out, threw it away, ground another one. See what happens. Reset. Still too fast. Better, but still too fast. 25 seconds. Better, but still, I'm going to take it back even further. Oh, wrong way. I'm going to take it back to 14, see what that does. Okay, I sacrificed some. This is the new setting down on 14. See what she does. I think it looks better. You'll be able to, after a while, you'll be able to see the look too, the consistency. You'll be telling all your friends how to do it. We're doing these videos because we really, for each machine like this, because we don't want you to be frustrated. We want you to have the best experience possible. And if you can't get it right in a couple of days, you're going to be calling us up and not happy. Just saying. Look at that. Much better. Some better. I think it's going to be a lot better, actually. Yep. This is one I'm going to go with, I think. I'm going to taste it, but still. 34 seconds. Looks good. Fresh coffee, key ingredient. So important, can't tell you. And a proper grinder, too, is very important. That's good. I'm going with that one. So I'll get some milk so I can show you how to steam on this machine and make a complete drink. I'll be right back. So this is where the milk, you want to fill it up to just to the bottom of the beak down there. You got to leave room for expansion. So that's the recommended method of how to do that. Let's get some coffee ready. So I'm going to steam first. So what I want to do is I'm going to put this on while I'm doing this to get it, because it's got to get up to temperature. So it takes a second because it's a thermocoil. It's in a regular boiler, it stores steam in it, so it's always there. But in a thermocoil, it makes it on the fly, and it's blinking, so you know it's working. I get this ready. I do not put it into the brew head because it will, this is hot up in here and it'll re-cook the coffee. So you don't want to do that. I'm getting the condensation out of there. Good head of steam. And I'm just going to bury that in there and start again. I rest the steam arm against the side of the pitcher. I also will be, when this gets the steam up, breaking the surface of the milk with the tip of the steam arm. What that does is as the steam is coming out, it sucks the air in, and that's how you're getting your foam. You're incorporating air into the milk. There, now I got a good roll going. Take a look at that. And if you get it going right, it'll actually suck in those big bubbles like it is. If you break the surface too much, you're going to have big bubbles. If you don't break the surface at all and hear that hissing noise, you won't get any foam. Right now I'm going for foam. Put your pitcher in the freezer or the refrigerator. That gives you a longer period of time to work the milk. Colder milk, you can foam, whereas as the milk gets warm, you're done. Got my angle going on here wrong, but that's me. So I'm just burying it now just to heat it up the rest of the way. When you can't hold your hand on it, you're there. I recommend using a thermometer in the beginning, and you want to be between 140 and 170. And that's where your optimum is as far as temperature goes. Okay, I'm done there. That is called its auto purge, and it's supposed to do that. It is cooling down the boiler when it does that, so that's supposed to happen. Don't think that your machine is about to blow up, because that's what it's supposed to do. It's called auto purge. Then I am going to take and make hot water run out of here. Whoop, wrong way, this way. And the reason I'm doing that is, okay, let's do steam. The reason I'm doing that is I'm getting the hole in the tip of the steam arm, I'm getting the milk out of it. If you leave the milk in, it siphons back up in, it'll go into the boiler, and it is the most horrible smell you have ever experienced. It's just not good. So you want to make sure you purge that out. It just keeps the machine much healthier. Got our cup. We're ready to go. I'm going to time this shot because I know it's dialed in, and when I get to about 33 seconds, I know that that's 2 ounces. Meanwhile, keep this incorporated. If you don't keep this moving, the foam will rise to the top like an iceberg, and it'll be just sitting up there like a blob, and it won't be incorporated in the milk, and it'll go bloop into your drink too. So keep that going. Stop. That's that auto purge again. It's going to do that every time you use it. There you go. That is a maple leaf or something. I don't know. I have no idea what it is. Doesn't matter what it is. I bet you that's a pretty decent drink. If you can get that in the first couple of days you're using it, winner, winner. That's what I say. Good deal. Don't leave the coffee in here either. Knock this out. If you leave it in there too long, it comes out hard. You'd have to take a spoon to it. You want to keep that clean too. You can always rinse it like this. And that actually gets the excess coffee off of the brew head too. Of course, you got your pre-infusion. But that's enough. That's all it takes. It doesn't take much. So that's the Duo-Temp. That's how she works. Very basic machine, on, off. You don't have any timing or any of that. After a while, this will get a little bit hotter up here. You can put your cups up there. Does the purge. Don't forget to empty this every now and again. You know, see, it's got a fair amount. This is about to start to float. I won't do that on camera. I'll tell you why, because I'll be wearing it. I just know I will. If you have any questions on this, I hope this helped. This is the idea. We're trying to keep the frustration level down, because we get people calling, I can't get good shots. I'm having this trouble, that trouble. You need a decent grinder, and you need to just follow my instructions, and I think you'll have pretty good results. Stay tuned. Call us if you have any trouble.